This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I of course want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Yahweh, which is the name of the Most High, and Yahushai, which is the name of the only-begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I just want to do a quick hit for you, Akia, man. I'm going to, entitle this video something along the lines of, tribulations and afflictions, man. Okay, but hey, man, in this truth, in this thing of ours, as Elder Apostle Gabar, we'll call it, man. We're gonna have to go through some things, man. And of course, it's not gonna be, comfortable inside joke. But with all seriousness, man, we're gonna have to go through some things, man. Whether it be, situations with your family, whether it be, financial situations, whatever it might be, man. We are going to be tried, in this truth, man. Okay, don't believe what, that Christian church teaches, man, about, if you're, a sign that, the Lord's dealing with you and that you're getting closer to the Lord is, you'll be doing better financially. Right, the reason that you're poor is because, well, you must be in sin or something like that. Nah, that's not true, man. Okay, that's not true. They teach that the reason why bad things happen to people is because they're in sin. That's not always true, man. Okay, a lot of, great men of the Lord, man, had to go through great things, man, and great afflictions. Okay, and that's, like, take for an example, King David, man. All right, what happened to King David? King David went off and he slept with another man's wife, right? So then what he did is he killed the man, right? He had the man killed in war because he knew he committed adultery with his wife. So he thought that he would, get one over on the Lord by killing the man. So then the woman would, no longer be married to the man. So then, David thought he was going to get away with, the act of adultery, which, by the way, excuse the background noise. I'm making some coffee in the background here, so excuse that noise if you hear the water. Anyway, what ended up happening was the Lord, ended up taking the life of the child that King David had with that woman, man. Why? Because King David went off and committed murder, man, and adultery. Okay, so, that's a, punishment that the Lord had to bring upon that man. Okay, and then another example, man, is Job, man. Okay, if you read the story of Job, what happened to him, man. He was one of the richest men in the world at that time, man. Right, one of the greatest men in the country that he was in. And what happened was, in a day, man, in one day, all his, flock was either slaughtered or stealed, or I should say stolen, for better pronunciation. Or, excuse that noise in the background. Let me just turn it off real quick, just so I don't get interrupted. As I said, I apologize about that. I didn't mean for that to interrupt the lesson, but never. Hey, that's Satan for you, man. Anyway, in one day, man, Job got all of his things taken from him, man. Right, he lost all his children. He got his, flocks of, sheep and whatever herds he had. They were either, stolen from him or killed. Okay, when you read the story, man. All right, think about that, man. All right, he lost all that in one day, man. So, he thought, that maybe the Lord was turning against him because maybe he was a wicked man. But the truth was, at the end of the day, we're going to read the story, was that, the Lord, would talk with Satan. And they came to an agreement. And Satan was like, well, if you try Job and take away his things that he has, he'll curse you. And the Lord told Satan that you can go and tempt Job, but you got to spare his life. And Satan agreed, so he went and, brought these evils upon Job. But he had to get the permission of the Most High in order to, bring wickedness to pass, man. Okay, so anyway, getting into the topic of the discussion, man, we're going to have to go through, certain hardships and afflictions, man. Okay, this isn't no easy thing, man. Okay, and once again, I'm going to read Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1. I'll read it again. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste at a time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity." Right, and what is that? Is that an actual, furnace? Like in, Daniel, the 3rd chapter, with Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right? Is it an actual real furnace? No, it isn't. It just means, you're going to be catching L's, man. You're going to be catching, as our people will call it, man, be catching hell, man. Right, as people in the world will call it. Which that's what hell is in the Bible. When you read the Bible, the word hell, it either can mean a condition played out on the earth. It can mean a place of, it could mean the grave, a condition played out on the earth, or the grave, or a mental condition. Those are the definitions for the word hell in the Bible. It just differs depending on the context that the word is used in. Okay, it's not a place where people go after death and burn. The scriptures say that everybody goes to the same place after death, which that's a video for another time as well. Right, but that's a question for another What If inside joke. Shout out to the What If YouTube channel. Anyway, let's go to the book of Psalms. Bear with me a second. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 34, and let's read verse 19. It says, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers them out of them all." Right, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord will deliver them out of all of their trials. Okay, and I have a handful of precepts here that I wanted to bring out for this lesson, man. So let's go to the book of James. And bear with me for a second. It'll take me a minute to pull this up here. All right, bear with me. Okay, let's go to the book of James, chapter 1. And let's go to verse, all right, James chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all at joy when ye fall into diverse temptations." Right, count it as a joy when you fall into diverse temptations, man. Okay, because why? Because more likely than not, man, that's the Lord trying you, man. Okay, because you're going to be tried in this thing, man. And that's why, the greatest misfortunes, will be the, us that it happens to, man. Okay, compared to the next man over. Right, it'll be us that, the affliction, or the, maybe I say bad luck, would, happen to. Okay. Verse 3, it says, "Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." Right, you got to be patient. And that goes into what we read in Ecclesiasticus. Right, that goes into what we read in the Apocrypha. It said what? Be patient when you are brought to a low estate. Right, when you're brought down low, you got to still remain humble, man. All right, you got to still remain humble when you're brought down low. Okay, let's go to verse 4. It says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." Right, but the point of the matter, man, is you gotta be patient, man. Okay, you gotta be patient with the Lord, man. Okay, you gotta be patient. Okay, and you must remain patient when you're brought down low, man. And that's, of course, easier said than done, as the saying goes, man. But, at the end of the day, that's just what it is. That's just, the way you have to take it, man. That's why when you go back up to the second verse, I'll read it again. James chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations." Right, because what? Because we're being tried, man. Or you have to be tried in this thing of ours, man. Okay, and that goes for all of us, man. None of us are exempt from this thing, man. Okay, the scriptures speak about, for every son, he has to go through chastisement. Okay, what father does not chastise his son? Okay, and the Lord's no different, man. All right, you have to get, chastised when you do wrong, man. And that goes for all of us, right? Certain things get taken away from you, man. For some brothers, it's more serious than others, man. Sometimes maybe a loved one might die, right? Or, you might get, ripped off in a deal or something, or, you might wreck your car, or, somebody might steal something from you, or you might lose your job, right? All of these things are, things that could happen to you, man. Okay, as I said, it's different for every man, but, at the end of the day, man, all of us are going to be tried in this thing, man. Okay, I wanted to go to the book of, let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter, and this is a famous scripture, everybody knows this. One of the verses I am known for bringing out usually. It's actually one of my personal favorites. The book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 13. It says, "Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and there be many which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leads unto life, and there be few that find it. Beware of false prophets which come unto you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves." Right, and that's what you got out here, man. And there's too many guys, man. You have Mind of God out there, teaching his congregation that no, we're all gonna, whoever the elect is are gonna be saved before the great tribulation. You got what's that cat? Concave earth Christians out there teaching that well, the earth is concave, and I am the Christ. And if you don't join the concave earth army, well, you're not gonna receive salvation. And then you have LUIC out there pushing their nonsense. You got, the Christian church out here, the Catholics, talking about, oh, you can eat whatever you want, right? All foods are made clean, right? You got Israelites teaching that all people can be saved, right? I mean, hell, you got people teaching that God is a woman, man. I saw something the other day, where they were saying that God is a transgender. Okay, that's what you got going on, man. So you got a lot of false teachers out here, man. Okay, so, you got to, pick who you're going to follow and who you're not going to follow, man. Okay, and I'll tell you, man, because I speak from experience, man, from my years of, of my research and listening to certain individuals, in their teachings. You come to find out, man, that a lot of these cats have thought that they were in the know, man. You come to find out that a lot of these guys, man, when it really gets into the, the nitty gritty, for lack of better words, right, or the deep understanding of the scriptures, that's when people start to fall off, man. That's when guys, I mean, hell, they'll tell you the earth is flat, or, tell you that you're an Israelite, right, or that America is Babylon. But, when you get into the deep, stuff of the scriptures, that's where people start to, waver, so to speak. That's when guys, they won't go to that level, man. Okay, and a lot of guys, for the most part, the only group I've seen who really gives the whole unedited truth, man, is Great Millstone, right? GMS, Great Millstone, which I'll say this, man. I want to, of course, give, double honors and much respect unto the apostles and to the elders of GMS, Great Millstone, man. All right, those men are most certainly being dealt with by the Lord, man. Okay, so may the Lord bless all of those brothers who are in Great Millstone and who are affiliated with GMS. Okay, even though I myself do my own personal thing, I'm not affiliated, in the organization. But hey, you got to give credit where it is due, man. And that's in the scriptures, right? So much respect is most certainly due to the apostles and to the elders of GMS, Great Millstone, most certainly. Okay, anyway, let's go to the book of Second Ezra's, chapter 7. And bear with me a second while I pull it up here. The Second Ezra's chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, "And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words which I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak, O my God. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Put the case the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it, and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad?" Right, so if you didn't go through the narrow, which is what this truth, man. Okay, then how could you come into the broad? Which is, what's the broad? The broad's the kingdom. Okay, it says, "There is also another thing. A city is builded and is set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things." Now, what is that city that's built? A city that's built is the kingdom. It says, "The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, as if there," let me turn the page, "as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be one man who goes therein at once. If this city were now given unto a man for a inheritance, if he shall never pass the danger that is set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?" Right, so if he never passed the danger that's set before, the pathway to this great kingdom, how could he inherit this kingdom? And what is the pathway? That's the world, man. Okay, because the Bible is a parabolic book. Okay, it's not literal. Okay, hell, man, you have, 1,000,000 different translations out there, as in, the doctrinal, if I can speak, doctrinal differences between, the different groups out there, for lack of better words. Okay, so, you just gotta, break it down, and you can clearly see what it's talking about, man. Okay, that the path is talking about the earth, man. Okay, you had to pass, the trials and, the afflictions that you might have to go through on the side, man, in order to receive that inheritance. All right, so, man, that's pretty much, going to be the, the lesson, man. I hope that was, edifying, to you, Iwakia, man, because, some brothers out there might be going through, certain stuff, man. Every brother has his own, lot in this thing. Okay, everybody's, affliction or, problems are not going to be the same as the next man. Okay, the Lord is going to try everybody, differently, man. Okay, we are all going to be tried, but in different ways, man. Okay, and that's, just something we all have to go through, man. Okay, we all have to go through this trying process, man. And it's not an easy thing to do, man. All right, but nevertheless, with that being said, even though it's not an easy thing to do, nevertheless, it still must be done. So, I hope that video was edifying, to some of you brothers, man, who might be, facing certain adversities right now, whether it be car problems, financial problems, marriage problems, whatever it might be, man. Lord willing, that was edifying, to you, Akia, man. Of course, I'm going to end off by giving all praise unto Yahweh and to His Son, Yahweh Shai. And I'm going to say shalom.